being at the Ranger game, and even though I was throwing out the first pitch, just the sea of maroon that you would see throughout a Rangers game like that, I don't think it's been like that in the past. And then just the support that we get today, and I was kind of talking to the refs after Brandon did his little dance after the first touchdown. I just kind of told them, I'm going to say, hey, we're going to need to kick some extra points because we're going to celebrate every time. We don't get to be on ESPN for a spring game like this every day. So might as well have fun with it. Get the recruits to have fun. Everybody's here to have fun. It's spring ball. It's been a grind. It's the last day to go out and really show what we've been working. So we're going to have fun with it regardless.
Christy?
How much did your coaches get onto you for that block that you threw?
They were just more worried about me being safe and being careful. It wasn't anything. I went up and apologized to Sam after it. The way that I am and the way that my motor kind of drives me, it was just an instinct play. As soon as I got back to Coach Sumlin, as much as he was shaking his head and wasn't happy about it, it was more of, hey, in a game, this is how it would have been, and just naturally took over for me. As soon as I did it, immediately regretted it, but it was just how I am and how competitive I am. I wanted him to score no matter what, even though I know that I'm not live and don't have a black jersey. So it was a mistake, but it was just my competitive nature taking over.
But don't you have to worry more? But it's not the nature of the block, just the fact that you were blocking it all in a spring game. Probably people don't want to see their Heisman winning quarterback do that.
Like I said, it was just natural instinct took over. I didn't mean to do it. It's like some of those things when I ran into Sed or Jake during the Alabama game and the ball popped up. It was something that just happened.
Right.
Johnny, how nice is it to have those four guys to hand off to, in particular, talk about Brandon Williams?
Awesome. He's impressive. I mean, he's a great guy. He works hard, and he's one of my favorite people on the entire team. Just since the day that he's got here, he's been so impressive from day one, and he's continued to be that way. And then you look at Ben, who's a workhorse, and then you have Trey Williams, who's just a freak of an athlete, and then you have Trey Carson. They all bring different packages, and they're all competing against each other to see who's on the field more. It's rare. You don't see that a lot around the country.
Sam?
Coach McKinney, Coach Bowden mentioned that in the second year this offense is when the quarterback really takes off. What kind of, better understanding have you gotten of it, and how that helps you in your half?
Things are just slowing down a little bit for me. I mean, with Coach Snyder and what they do, they really throw the whole kitchen sink at us. I mean, they really, really disguise blitzes, roll coverages, do things. And then today it was more of a base because we were on TV and stuff. So for me to just be able to see the coverages today and go through the reads, I think, what was it, like 4 or 5 incomplete passes or something. So that means that we're doing the right things, we're running the right routes, and people are getting smarter about not running into people and getting yourself covered, but finding the hole. And that's, when that comes together, then it could be really special.
Cedric, then King.
Johnny, you lose the best tackle in the country in the NFL. You give it Matthews in place of him. How good is that to have that kind of experience on your ball side?
I mean, we're always going to miss Luke. We're always going to miss Luke, not only as a football player, but as just being around the locker room and a guy in the locker room, because he's gold. He really is. But to be able to move Jake over from right to left and then slide Sed to where I think he's more naturally fit for it, tackle. I think having those two guys and having Jarvis, who have played and been there with experience, they can really help out Jermaine and Mike. And Mike Matthews' last name kind of speaks for itself with that. He works hard, he takes after his brother, and he's going to be a really good player.
Johnny, what's next for you now? When do you go work out with Coach Whitfield, and do you stay around and take classes this summer, or are you taking classes on campus this summer?
I'm taking classes this summer here at A&M, and I will head out to Coach Whitfield probably around May 10th through the 20th, somewhere in there. Go play some golf with my dad some days in there before with my family. It'll be more of a family vacation, and then a week of really, really working way more than what me and Coach Whitfield did last year. So it's on a more serious level now. With me and him, it's almost personal with all the stuff that's kind of being tossed around about my arm strength, this and that, and it's getting kind of personal between me and him. So we're ready to get after it.
What do you want him to help you with then?
There's still areas I can show up in my mechanics, seeing things, making sure sometimes when a blitz comes, I take my eyes off downfield and focus on evading the pressure. I don't want to take away what comes natural for me on the football field, but to show up my mechanics, help the ball really shoot out and sling out instead of having to push it, that can always help.
Are you bothered by the sense that you've noticed that people are questioning your arm strength?
No, but it was just a thing with Coach Whitfield. It's me and him. He like the big conversation that we had with Alabama was be a dragon slayer, slay the dragon. And now there's a big dragon out there for us with all the people who are doubting A&M and all the people who are doubting me that last year was a fluke. So that's a chip on my shoulder, and that's the dragon that we need to slay this year.
Right.
Do you feel like you accomplished what you wanted to in spring drills going into it, and what would that be?
We had some struggles that took us today. Today was a good day, and I told Coach Stab and told Coach McKinney, Coach Sumlin, like it was really good for me able to go through my reads and really be able to see it soft corner here, go here, do this, do that, 2 safeties, 1 safety they might blitz, whatever. It was good for that, and as we progressed and got into a game setting, and being able to see our receivers hook it up when we need to, or not get covered, or do some things, that was what I wanted to see out of it. These young guys learning and getting better. And I told Sabian Holmes today, you got a lot better today. You got a lot better.
Okay, we'll go to the back, and then Gabe, and Sam will finish us up.
2 questions for you. How did you feel your performance by yourself you were today, and also how do you avoid a sophomore slump, especially with all the pressure coming back as the reigning Heisman Trophy winner?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to the sophomore slump or whatever it is. People said there was a freshman or a Heisman hangover or whatever, and that was whatever. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about making sure my teammates are in this together, and we're all ready for the summer and ready to conquer the task that we have ahead of us. And then today, I felt like today was what we needed as a team, both offense and defense.
And follow-up?
That was it.
That's it. Gabe?
Johnny, if the game is continuing to slow down for you, and if all of these things that you're talking about improving on, you do get better, how much better can you get? What could your season look like next year?
We'll see how it looks. See how it looks after I get back from San Diego. There's plenty of film to watch. There's plenty of room to get better. There's plenty of time to spend up here with Coach Spav, and you would learn things that I wouldn't even have thought. And just to get with him, and I can still talk to Cliff and pick his brain about stuff, because he's still like an older brother to me, and that's still how his relationship is. So there's plenty of things you can go around. This offense is around the country. You can look at it. We used to go back and look at what Gino in West Virginia would do last year. There's plenty of room to do in the film room, and I think the physical stuff and the mechanics and all that will come when I head out during the summer, Coach Whitfield, and then when I bring that back and make sure that we're all on the same page with the guys here.
All right, Sam, we'll wrap us up.
One, other receivers not named Mike Evans, who stood out to you most this spring?
Darrell Walker. I think he did a really good job. I think he filled in a void where we needed there. Jaquay was new and was really getting acclimated and struggling for a while with signals, this and that. But Darrell, I told him in the walkthrough today, the first touchdown, I go, hey, if we get that look, you know what to do. You're going to get inside, really give a good move, and you're going to score a touchdown. And that was the first touchdown of the day, and I told him that. He's running better routes. He's getting a better feel for the game, and that's been impressive.